Are you listening? Damn.
Hey everybody, Gamer Grampz here. Today we're digging into Civilization 6's expansion, Rise and Fall, doing a quick overview of the new civilizations added to the game and the respective bonuses and abilities. I mean, are they OP? Or destined to crash and burn? Stick around and find out as we jump balls deep into the basics. So we have Seonduk, I think, leading the Korean Empire. I have had a bit of experience with her myself, both playing and then also watching a Let's Play, but her features and abilities start off with the Warang. I'm assuming the H is silent, but I don't know. But either way, you get 10% culture and 10% science in all cities with an established governor. So clearly, it's going to pay off if you kind of try and keep your empire as small as possible and like go tall instead of wide, and you'll really be able to take advantage of that. But I mean, then again, even if you are going wider, as long as you're just going to want to try and have your governors located in your cities that are producing culture or science, depending on what you're kind of aiming for. The Three Kingdoms bonus is next, which mines receive +1 science if there's an adjacent Sewang district, and farms receive +1 for the same reason. So clearly you're going to want to surround your Sewang districts with farms or mines, depending on kind of what your goals are in the game. And then her unique unit is the Hwacha, and I do know how that's pronounced. I try to be as grown up as I can, but you can't all the time. I still find it hilarious when Sean Penn talks about rocket-propelled fire from her Hwacha in the description. But anywho, it's a unit I believe takes place of the cannon or the field artillery. I'm not sure which one, but anyways, that pretty much wraps up her, other than her unique district, which just replaces the campus. And basically what it does, you have to build it on a hill, but it gets adjacency bonus according to the appeal of the surrounding territory. So like mountains are great still, obviously, because they're breathtaking, but it really kind of opens up where you can place those districts and kind of changes a little bit the normal mindset you have when you're setting up your civilization cities for the best layout possible. Alright, and on to the Zulu Empire with Shaka leading the way, of course. I mean, would you have it any other way? So Zulu's finally making a return. They've been in a bunch of the other civilization games, and their first feature and ability is the Amabutho, I think, but who knows. Anyways, so you may form a corps and armies earlier, which they unlock respectively in the mercenary civic and nationalism civics, which is considerably earlier than you would get them respectively. This is huge and leads you right into their next one, which I'm definitely going to screw up the pronunciation, but it's the Isbongo, I think. Cities with a garrison unit get +3 loyalty per turn, which is huge. War +5 if it's a corps or army that's garrisoned in that city. Also, conquering a city with a unit will upgrade it into a corps or army if the proper civics are unlocked. Now, I honestly haven't played Zulu yet, but that to me just screams that it's freaking gonna be a very solid ability. The ability to just automatically conquer a city with a random unit that you just have in your army and upgrade them into a corps or army. That's pretty solid. Then they have their Impi, which is their unit. I believe it replaces the warrior. I'm not 100% sure. And then the Ikanda, which is their unique district that clearly replaces the barracks. But I'm not 100% sure as to all the specifics of that, because I haven't had a chance to play them yet. And that pretty much sums it up, so we'll keep moving along. Alright, so technically India isn't a new civilization, but because they created a new leader, it sort of works, so we're just going to roll with it here. We got Chandragupta, that's a mouthful, I'm not even going to try that one. Whatever that special ability is called, allows you so you can declare a war of territorial expansion after gaining the military tradition training civics, so that's obviously pretty early. and you get +2 movement and +5 combat strength for the first 10 turns after declaring a war of territorial expansion. So that's obviously going to be like really helpful in domination victories, especially on the hard difficulties if you're trying to bum rush close neighboring civilizations. The next one you're looking at is Dharma. Receives follower belief bonuses in a city from each religion that has at least one follower. So that could be useful. I don't really think it's that great, but I don't have a lot of experience trying it out myself, so I'm going to kind of hold back the judgment a little bit. The Veru, their unique land unit, replaces, it's like a war elf, and it's pretty powerful from what I've seen in game. Well, obviously in the earlier stages though, and then the Stepwell is the unique building for his version of the Indian civilization. Alright, so we got the Scottish Empire with Robert the Bruce leading the helm here. Bannockburn is their first ability, where they can declare a war of liberation after gaining the defensive tactic Civic. So that's not too early game, it's sort of like medieval Renaissance area, I believe, off the top of my head. But anyway, so if you declare this war of liberation, you get plus 100% production and +2 movement for the first 10 turns after declaring one of those wars. So I mean, that's obviously pretty powerful. You get a huge boost to production. All your units gain +2 movement, which would allow you to obviously have a strategic advantage against anybody that you are fighting. The next one is the Scottish Enlightenment. God, I'm so glad I can actually pronounce these. Happy cities receive an additional 5% science and 5% production. Happy cities generate +1 great scientist point per turn, or per campus, and +1 great engineer point per industrial zone. Ecstatic cities double all of these amounts. So clearly, you want your cities as happy as you can and do everything in your power to keep them ecstatic, because then you're definitely going to be reaping the rewards and sniping off all the great scientists and great engineers that are available. I have seen this in action. I haven't played Scotland myself, but I watched a Let's Play that Quill18 did. It was before the game was released. It was actually like the day before or something, and he was on some special version that ended up screwing up. But it's definitely a very, very powerful ability. And then their unit is the Highlander, but I believe it doesn't come to the late game. I think it's like one of those things you upgrade your scouts to eventually. It takes place with the Rangers place off the top of my head. And then the golf course is their building improvement. Okay, so we have Tamar of the Georgian Empire. Her first feature or ability is Glory of the World, Kingdom, and Faith, where they gain plus 100% faith for 10 turns after declaring a protectorate war. Each envoy you send to a city-state of your majority religion counts as 2 envoys, and you must have the majority religion. I don't know, I haven't seen a lot of gameplay with Georgia, to be honest, and I haven't seen this in action, so I'm really kind of skeptical to weigh in on it. To me, it just doesn't sound that appealing or powerful, but I mean, I have been wanting to play a religious game, so maybe I will give her a shot, I don't know. But anywho, the next one up is Strength and Unity. When making a declaration at the beginning of a Golden Age, receive its normal age bonus towards improving era score, in addition to its Golden Age bonus. Now that does sound appealing to me, really strong too, because it obviously is going to give you a huge advantage when you're trying to string along your golden eras. And then I'm going to screw up the pronunciation, but she's got the Kevser, a unique land unit. I have no idea what it's about. And then the Tisk is a unique building, and it looks like they replaced the city walls of some sort. But that's the Georgian Empire. We'll keep going. We have the Kree Empire with Poundmaker leading the helm. Basically, let's see here. So the favorable terms is the name of their first ability. And it says, all alliance types provide shared visibility. Your trade routes get +1 food for Poundmaker per camp or pasture in the receiving city. And they also grant +1 gold for Poundmaker per camp or pasture in the receiving city. So obviously that can stack up pretty quickly. Again, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name of that special ability, the next one, but it gives +1 trade route capacity and a free trader with the pottery technology. So obviously super early, which is nice and helpful. But unclaimed tiles within 3 tiles of a Kree city come under Kree control when a trader first moves into them. Now, I do have a little bit of experience with the Kree, and I found that particularly useful myself, so I'll set up a new city and then switch my trade route over there and start building it back towards my own cities or towards future ones if there's tiles that like have luxury resources or strategic resources, etc. that I want to get an early grab on. And then they have their unique land unit, which replaces a warrior. I know that much, even if I can't pronounce it. And then the Mekwop, I think I got that one, but that's their unique building improvement. Hope you're enjoying the video. If you want to support what we're about at Gamer Grampz, remember, sharing is caring. Like the video, share it, or just leave me a comment. I'd love to hear your 2 pennies worth. Let's bounce back into the video balls deep. We're looking at Mongolia. So the features and abilities they have are the Mongol Horde, where all cavalry class units gain +3 combat strength and a chance to capture defeated enemy cavalry class units. So that's obviously pretty sick. Like, the combat strength alone is great, but the chance to capture defeated enemy cavalry class units is like the privateer on the seas, and obviously it's going to give you a huge advantage if you're going up against somebody like Cynthia, where like you might not be able to just wreck her straight up with her own units. But anyways, the Ortu or whatever is the next one. Starting a trade route immediately creates a trading post in the destination city. Receive an extra level of diplomatic visibility for possessing a trading post in a city of a civilization. All Mongolian units have double the usual combat bonus for having a higher level of diplomatic visibility than their opponent. So that is like a sick boost, to be honest, especially if you're going for a domination victory. So clearly what you're going to want to do there is send a trade route to somebody right before you just go bum rush them. Obviously on the higher difficulty levels though, it's going to be especially important because or against, say, France, who you automatically start off as a negative visibility. So something to keep in mind. And then the Keshig is their unique land unit. I think it replaces a knight off the top of my head, and then an Ordu is their building. All right, we got the Mapuche, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Empire, with Lotaro as their leader. The features and abilities they have is Swift Hawk. So if a Mapuche or whatever, okay, if one of their units defeats an enemy unit within the borders of the enemy city, that city loses 20 loyalty, which is huge. I've actually seen some gameplay. I haven't tried them out myself, but this can be absolutely sick, which kind of leads into all their abilities actually. So their next one, the Tuki, or however you pronounce that, all units trained in cities with an established governor gain 25% more experience in combat. But they also get, and this is the crucial one, 10 combat strength bonus against civilizations that are in a golden age. So they're definitely really useful for trying to claw your way back into a game, especially if you're surrounded by enemies who happen, or civilizations who happen to be in golden ages. It really gives you a chance to kind of fight back and reduce the amount of pressure and stuff on your loyalty from those civilizations being in a golden age. And then they have the Malone Raider, and I'm not even gonna try that next one, whatever their unique improvement is. All right, here we go. Let's keep it moving. Alright, and last but not least, we have Wilhelmina of the Dutch Empire, the cute little teddy bear civic girl. Their features and abilities start with the Radio Orange, where your trade routes to your own cities provide +1 loyalty per turn for the starting city. Trade routes to foreign cities or from foreign cities provide +2 culture for you. So that's obviously pretty powerful. You can stack up quickly, I'd imagine. I have seen a little bit of gameplay, but again, haven't tried her myself. The next one is the Grote Rivieren. Major adjacency bonus for campuses, theater squares, and industrial zones if next to a river. Culture bomb adjacent tiles when completing a harbor. You're going to try and plan your cities around rivers, and when you do build a harbor, it'll be pretty easy to culture bomb and then be able to jump into your unique building for the Dutch, which is the polder. And I have seen it, and it is powerful. I will say that much. And then their unique naval unit, which is also actually really powerful. It replaces the frigate, and it's called the Sven Provincian or something. Probably not that, but it actually is quite useful and powerful. Thanks for watching my video. If you made it this far, you're definitely a sucker for punishment. Here's a couple videos you might be interested in. But if you check in the description, I have links to the channels that I find enjoyable. I mean, if you've lasted this long, there's a good chance that you will too. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Videos up every week.